It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everyone. From Ernie, Shaq, and Kenny, we're all looking forward to the same thing, the first game of the regular season. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Looking at the Thunder, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Here we are, opening night. Every club can have high aspirations, but Kenny, what's the key to growing throughout the year?
Oh, when you said club, I was thinking nightclub. Oh, what are you talking about?
Of course, you all.
Sold-out and noisy Oracle Arena. You'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Look here for the Warriors. Jordan Bell's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And AI subbed in for Curry. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Taking a look at the Thunder. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Felton is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Noel in at the center, locking down the middle. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 17?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not going to lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later, they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever. The kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without foul.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
Count it. Good.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
Right. No reason to take it all the way to the rack. Instead, take what the defense allows.
Buries it from three-point range.
Terrific range. As we know, AI is going to find ways to beat you. The 3-ball, just one option, and a deep bag of tricks.
Schroeder dishes to George. Noel sets a screen for George. Schroeder kicks to Felton. It's stolen by Livingston. From about 16, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017, and in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Hey, Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in.
All right, we'll put him in there.
Technically.
I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys. And you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row. And you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, you know, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games and they had 4 All-Stars? The league just wasn't that good. And now it's flipped and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or, you know, 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
The first one falls. Cook is checked in for the Warriors. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what... I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team, but the 86 Celtics were built... I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play where you're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net, and they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
Durant and Draymond are the pair down low. AI is out there with Livingston, and it's Jordan in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Here's the screen. The shot by George, wide open. Again, Oklahoma City. Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the 92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was, like, the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year, and were just unstoppable. All the role players were really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celts, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say them.
Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And Smitty, so great to have Bill with us, a guy who's ahead of the curve creatively.
Kevin, he was a pioneer in blogging, Emmy nominated for his work on documentaries. The guy never stops thinking of new ways to produce content.
Outside, Green. Westbrook pulls it in.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
That's his 5th three-pointer of the half. Filling it up.
There's AI with a 3. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Westbrook. And Durant sends it back.
The standing reach of a center, the mobility of a guard. No wonder Durant sent that one back.
There's AI with a 3.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the 3. So far, not paying dividends.
The shot by George, no good.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Here's Roberson. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Westbrook's got 17.
And each bucket at this point feels like...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter. It's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh, you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And the success.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena, the home of the Jazz, as 2K Sports brings you today's action. Live from Salt Lake City, Utah. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks.
Teaching and motivating. He's done a nice job, DA. Thanks. And, you know, Chris, it's early, of course, but a few veteran players seeing dips in their individual production. And there has been some talk. There has been some look for Utah. Crowder, he's checked in for Favors. Cephalosha comes in for Joe Ingles, and Alec Burks subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. Then for the Warriors, Bell is checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant, and AI is subbed in for Steph Curry. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Iguodala make up the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Bell, and it's AI in at the 1. Got a piece of it, taken away by Nene. And he banks in the layup. Nene's got his first bucket of the night.
How about the awareness of AI that time? Taking advantage of space in the open court. Great hustle.
To the paint, here's Rubio. Trying to get open is Crowder. And it's Rubio. That time on the assist by Burks. 8 points for Ricky Rubio.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Iguodala kicks to Cousins. Here's Jordan. Again, Golden State.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
Utah's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And stolen by Cousins. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Poked loose. And here we go. Warriors running again. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, you can tell a player who learned the game the hard way like AI did. I mean, those are the guys making passes like that.
Jazz trailed by 4. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. 4th, Klay Thompson. And, of course, Joe Ingles.
What shooting we saw from them all season. I mean, I'd love to see these guys in a game of horse. They'd probably be draining shots from midcourt.
Udo's checked in for Gobert. And Golden State also making a change. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Klay Thompson.
He's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
Cousins, the pass to Livingston. It's stolen by Udo. The pass to Burks. 2 points. That one goes. Burks has got it all tied up now for Utah.
Well, he just exploited the size mismatch, and he's getting easy looks tonight.
AI from long range. Drains it from beyond the arc. AI's got 5 points so far.
Production beyond the arc. With the attacking mentality that AI has, he's going to take whatever the D gives.
Iguodala against Cephalosha. There's AI with a 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Poke loose. Burks on the wing. Rubio with a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple.
Playing the revenge card right there. Trying to get those 3 points right back. Didn't work.
And the shot's good from Nene.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Jazz trailed by 9. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And Rubio kicks to Crowder. Utah calls timeout. Well, this is the final season the Warriors will have at Oracle Arena. Almost 5 decades in Oakland. And Chris, as we know, they'll move across the water to San Francisco. No doubt a bittersweet moment for the team and its core fans here.
Yeah, you just hope that the craziness of the crowd and that loyalty travels. I'm hoping the fans here in the East Bay can make that journey. They deserve to be part of the Warriors story as it continues to be written. I mean, if you've seen what they're doing, though, in the new Chase Center, right on the water, it's going to be special.
And the Jazz making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. Here's Iguodala. And good coming on the assist by AI. Nene's got 3 assists in the game. O'Neal with it. Picked up by Nene. And here we go. Fast break, and AI's got it. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint. Dominated physically.
Udo dishes to Cephalosha. Nice ball movement by Utah. And the shot goes down. O'Neal's got his first bucket in this one.
Some great awareness being shown by Crowder. Spotted the open man and made a fantastic dish.
From deep. Here's Cousins. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Burks, the pass to O'Neal, and stolen by Cousins. Here's AI, and AI with the stuff.
And what about the quick hands of Cousins? Sure, he's an offensive juggernaut, but he also keeps his eyes open for steals as well.
In the corner, O'Neal with it. Drills the 3-pointer. O'Neal's got 5 points so far.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Here's Livingston over Burks. And that's not going to go. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Warriors ahead, leading by 14. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
It's very lucky to have a coach like that. He really takes everything, with heart, and he wants us to be the best defensive team in the league, as I do. And I think when the coach and the players are on the same page, usually, good things happen.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, aggressive on D, efficient on offense. They balled out to an early lead.
Jay Crowder out there with O'Neal. Then there's Udoh. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Burks in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. And that unleashed, nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Passes it to O'Neal. Mitchell with it, defended by Bell. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Crowder. Crowder's got 4 assists now tonight.
Oh, and that's the assist by Crowder. Always a good team player.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Jordan Bell, the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, helped lead Oregon to the Final Four. And C-Webb, he said he patterned his game after Draymond Green.
Well, it's a lot of similarities to their game. I mean, I'll give you a...
And another steal for him.
He's been a defensive terror all night long.
I've never seen anything like it. And he's actually tied the record for the most steals in a game.
And now he sits alongside Kendall Gill and Larry Keenan. 11 steals remaining the all-time benchmark for defensive thievery.
Free throw good, AI. NBA offenses have always been complex, and they always are evolving, but C-Webb, the movement and precision now seems to be at another level. Would you agree?
You know what, Kev, I disagree a little bit with that. You know, having played...
And another steal for him.
He's stolen his way into the record book.
A new single-game high, GA for steals.
And he has snapped the long-standing mark held by Kendall Gill and Larry Keenan. Unbelievable to see that record broken. And like this crowd, I'm still in disbelief at how he's completely kept this offense under his thumb.
You look at all the steals, let's just say you don't see this every night.
The key with him tonight is not just about the athleticism. How about the awareness?
And so it's the Golden State Warriors out there. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if Utah ends up going with the new group. Golden State also making some changes. Bell is checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And AI is subbed in for Steph Curry. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Iguodala make up the perimeter. Bell is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's AI in at the point. Bell passes to Cousins. There's AI with a 3. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Utah's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And stolen by Jordan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Warriors.
And it's really been a big night for that backcourt. They've given their guards as much freedom as they want, and over again, those guys have come through.
AI came so close to a national championship in college, if you think about it. I mean, maybe if he'd gone back his sophomore year, probably would have won it all.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors. Utah's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. It's stolen by Livingston. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's AI. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Udo. Bell against O'Neal. Here's Crowder. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And showing he can play above the rim. Crowder with the highlight.
AI from long range. They get it back. Cousins. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Poked away. Oh. Utah with the ball. Here's O'Neal, and the dunk by O'Neal.
You can't lay that pass in there any better.
The Warriors shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. AI from long range. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
O'Neal with it. AI picks him up. Tipped away. Crowder, the pass to O'Neal, and the dunk by O'Neal.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Golden State's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Utah's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Now here's Livingston. Burks covering. Yep, that one goes in there.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
And Iguodala comes to help. Stolen by AI. And here we go. Fast break, and AI's got it. And that one drops. And that's 15 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, really? Cousins is so big and strong.
Raul Neto's checked in for Utah. Raul Neto. Kicks it to Udo. Pass to Burks. O'Neal with it. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Nene. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Udo picks one up.
And the work ethic of AI is tremendous. I mean, he's a really humble kid and has become a quality player, I think, as a result.
And the second free throw, good. 102 left to play in the third. Neto kicks to Crowder. It's stolen by Bell. Here we go, one-on-one. And Nene with the basket on the assist by Bell. Nene's got 16 here in the second half.
And how about the pressure they're able to now start to apply, taking advantage of every miscue.
O'Neal against Iguodala. It's stolen by Bell. Cousins, no one around him. Again, Golden State.
Really their own worst enemy right now with all these turnovers.
Knocked away. Here's Nene. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
This is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive end.
Exum, he's checked in for Raul Neto. Utah's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. To the inside, O'Neal. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
AI with the bucket.
This is what we call volume scoring. Hard to imagine AI having a bigger impact than it's having tonight.
Off target from outside. It could go. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Udo. O'Neal is out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Allen. And it's Exum in at the 1 spot. AI from long range. And another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Knocked loose. He swipes the ball away again.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end.
That's just some instant offense thanks to AI steal. That's what he can do for them with his D.
Exum passes to Crowder. Nobody near Allen. New 24 for Utah. The Jazz working the ball around now. Drops in the tray.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Udo kicks to Exum. Down low. That's good from Allen on the assist by Exum. Allen's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Here's AI, and it's Golden State with another.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Inside. Allen's shot is off. Golden State's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Oh, keep the pressure on. That's what AI likes to do, and it gets him the and 1.
Chris, your team's battled Kobe Bryant many times. Name some of the players today who you think can compare mentally to the Kobe Bryants and the Michael Jordans, guys you played.
Oh, wow. Well, Kobe says he's seen it in Kyrie Irving and the Greek Freak and a few others. I've seen it in Westbrook and how hard he plays and KD. And I don't think Steph Curry's just this little nice, helpless guy out there on the court to shoot threes and turn around. He's one of those guys, too, that just wants to put that dagger into your heart with a deep 3 late in the game. So definitely Westbrook, KD, Curry, those guys come to mind.
Bell's shot is good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Screen by O'Neal. Here's Exum. And finished off by Exum.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
Allen for 3. Drills it from outside. Allen's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
Cook kicks to McCaw. For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. C-Webb is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
Utah's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Bell. It's AI on the wing. Defended by Allen. And again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And AI comes to help. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Cook kicks to Bell. There's the dish to Nene. Lets it go with a 3. And they get it back. Over to the left wing. The 3. And good. He hits it again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Over in the corner, Allen. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 4 assists now tonight.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Nene with it. Udo picks him up. From 15 feet away, and the rejection by Udo. Now, here's Exum. Tight defense on him. Allen's shot is off. Golden State's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Webb, there was a time when athletes spoke up about societal issues and they were simply told to, just stick to sports. That is no longer the case.
Basketball was built on players speaking their mind. The one thing about the game of basketball, whether you're from Serbia like my friend Vlade or you're from Detroit like me, it's an urban game. And you cannot leave the problems of urban society just because you were blessed with the talent to play basketball. So many of us speak up on societal issues just because we made it doesn't mean that our friends and family are out of those situations. We're not in a bubble in which we don't see how those issues affect us, our family, or our friends. And so just because we're blessed with basketball abilities, sporting abilities, do not mean that we're exempt from the problems in society. And if we have a platform and can speak out, why not? And I'm very proud of what guys in the league has done, whether it's LeBron James and his scholarship program, or whether it's Chris Paul and others, or Steve Kerr speaking up for societal issues. For me, it's refreshing, but it also is in the lineage of the greats that started this game in basketball, speaking up for the voiceless.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Bell. 3 on 3. Tries from 16. Good on the shot. Bell's got 6 points in the quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Tipped away. Here's Cook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
That's good from Cook. Chris, the last few years, talk of expansion has come up. Are we ready, you think, in the NBA to add some more teams?
I think we are. Now, expanding to 32 teams might stretch the talent a little bit thin, but I think we could handle a couple of years with that because of the youth of the players, and it could actually switch it up a little bit. I mean, come on, Kevin. You like me. You're a big basketball and big sports fan. You know we have to have a team in Seattle.
I would love Seattle. Absolutely.
I mean, come on. You know how crazy those fans were. You know we have to have that come back. And then there's some places. Think about how great Oklahoma City is.
Yes.
And how they've just embraced this Thunder team. There might be a couple more places out there with that type of passion and fans saying, listen, if you give us a team, we promise we'll nurture it, take care of it, and root for it the loudest. And I like having that. I think it's time to definitely investigate expansion, but we got to get back to Seattle first and foremost.
He kicks it to Bell. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And this is a shot Bell can make. You give him room, and he'll make you pay.
For Utah, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Udo with the stop.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Iguodala outside. The pass to McCaw. Iguodala kicks to Bell. Passes to McCaw. Golden State moving it around. 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And another 3 for Golden State. And here's Exum.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Nene.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
McCaw kicks to Livingston. Stolen by Exum. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Poked loose. Up top, Crowder. He's covered by Iguodala. A nice shot by Exum. 40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. AI outside. To the middle. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't care how good you are. It's tough to succeed in a hostile environment. They're doing it in style.
Exum passes to O'Neal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 9 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Nene outside. There's the 3. And the miss. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Looking at the last game for Denver, it was a win against the Suns. They split the season series against these guys.
In their seats here at the Pepsi Center as the Nuggets look to grab a win here in downtown Denver, Colorado. I'm Kevin Harlan. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Golden State also making some changes. Bell is checked in for Green. Livingston comes in for Kevin Durant. And AI is subbed in for Steph Curry. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Klay Thompson is out there with Bell. And there's Livingston. Then it's AI. And it's Cousins in at the center position. Here's Murray. It's Barton on the wing.
You know, these second-round picks that sometimes emerge as outstanding players, Will Barton, a case in point. As a matter of fact, he can get...
And so it's Golden State with it. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Green kicks to Iguodala. Pass to Durant. And there's the 3-second violation. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Monday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's small ball with Iguodala and Green down low. AI is out there with Curry, and it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Gets it down to single digits. Millsap's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Thomas against Curry. Iguodala outside. Clock at 6. AI from long range. He can't hit that time. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
That shot misses. Some solid defense from Harris. The Nuggets trail by 7. The tray. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
That free throw good from Nene. Greg, you look at the lineup for the reigning champs. When healthy, this team starts 5 all-star players at every position.
And even with Boogie coming back from a devastating injury, this team is scary. People immediately called it the best team ever assembled. Credit the front office, but the Warriors players still have to prove they are the best ever on the floor this season.
Thomas kicks to Harris. The Nuggets with another miss.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And the call up against Jokic. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Harris passes to Millsap. Millsap sets the pick for Thomas. Down low. Here's Harris. Great D that time from Durant.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Iguodala kicks to Green. Green with a screen on Thomas. Here's Curry. Outside for Durant. It's hauled in by Harris.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. Second half just about to get going here. Klay Thompson has been sent. Group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee, he's checked in for Millsap. Lyle comes in for Porter. Martin's checked in for Gary Harris. And Murray's subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Different look here for the Warriors. Jordan Bell's checked in for Cousins. Iguodala comes in for Green. McCaw, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And AI is subbed in for Jordan. They've got Jamal Murray. Trey Lyles out there with Plumlee, and it's Nikola Jokic, and it's Barton in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Taken away by Nene. Now the Warriors moving it up. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Nene. Curry's got 14 points here in the second half. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeMarcus Cousins.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Now, here's Lyons. Not a lot of room. And here we go. AI heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
Stolen by AI. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Curry kicks to McCaw. Iguodala the pass to Curry. Golden State moving it around. There's AI with a three. And that one is off. And here's Barton. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Phoenix Suns. And guys, for the Suns, this is a
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analyst. And from the sideline, some changes here for the Warriors. Bell is checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And AI is subbed in for Curry. And for the Suns, Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Ayton. Riza comes in for Marquise Chris. And Josh Jackson subbed in for Warren. Setting the floor for the Suns, Knight and Booker are the guards. Josh Jackson out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. Nene into the lane, and the layup's good off the glass. And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
The shot from 20 feet away. He gets that one. AI's got his second bucket of the night. The Suns have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Knight gets to Ariza. Outside Jackson. And the three ball is good.
You've got to be assertive in catch and shoot situations. Josh Jackson aggressive on the catch there. Really nice.
There's AI with a three. Knocks down the three ball. Nene's got 7 points.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Another three for Golden State.
Well, I'm not sure Coach would be thrilled with that shot selection, but we know AI can make that. That range is extraordinary.
Knocked loose, taken away by Nene. Moving it up. That one misses. The Suns go the other way with it. Jordan against Knight. Booker outside. The three-pointer, no good.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
Connects from three-point range. And that's 13 points for Nene.
Well, AI delivering from distance. Boy, I could watch that guy shoot all day long.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Booker the pass tonight. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Here's Nene. And he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
AI has been on display. One of the most demonstrative players in the game, Draymond.
That's all defense is. It is effort. It's the effort to want to communicate. It's the effort to take that one extra step to help someone. It's an effort to move up one step to get into the ball as opposed to sitting off the ball.
Well, and he and the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And then for Phoenix, Ayton, he's checked in for Chandler. Ariza comes in for Rashawn Holmes, and Warren subbed in for Knight. Setting the floor for the Suns, Trevor Ariza out there with Warren. Then it's Josh Jackson. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Ayton in at the center, locking down the middle.
Well, let's remember that Draymond Green was drafted in the 2nd round, but that competitive fire runs deep, and he has memorized the names of the 34 players selected ahead of him. Talk about holding a grudge. Terrific anticipation by him, and that's why he's out on the court.
Warriors leading by 9, and AI gets it to go.
What I like here, AI challenging the defense inside, working for high percentage shots.
Stolen by Nene. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
Knocked loose. And so here is Golden State. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his 2nd season in the league, and he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. They're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, D.A.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
And Booker kicks to Ayton. To the inside, Warren. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Warren's got 7 now in this quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Nene against Booker. 13 feet away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. AI's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors. And here we go. AI heading to the hoop. And Nene with the stuff.
Boy, great anticipation by AI. Picks up the steal and kickstarts the break.
Phoenix has gotten cold from deep in the 2nd quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Ayton with it. Now Green defending. Ayton kicks to Booker. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
On the wing, Green. Over Ayton. And another basket for Golden State.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break. With third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far. Teams deciding to change it up.
And if you look at the numbers for Devin Booker, last season. I mean, he upped his assists and rebounding, his scoring and shooting percentages. He has continued to impress with his development.
McCaw is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Bell. Then there's Livingston. And it's AI in at the point guard position. That's the Warriors 5.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Warriors.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Nene.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
No one covering.
And three-pointers constituting the majority of Ariza's shot attempts in recent years, he won't hesitate.
Pass to Bell. Here's McCaw. Iguodala dishes to AI. Fires from deep. Ariza with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Booker the pass to Ayton. Holmes, that's a screen. On the wing, Booker, a 3-ball. Ayton kicks to Booker. Pass to Ariza. Now here's Ayton. He's covered by Livingston. The pass to Chris. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got it.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the
fog pouring across the Golden Gate Bridge and into the Bay Area tonight. We're coming to you live from Oakland. Welcome, everyone. Let's get... And let's...
Well, guys...
DA, thank you. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. One of the interesting storylines of this young season, Brent Barry, the surprising early development of a couple rookies in the league.
Early development of rookies.
Look here for the Warriors. Bell, he's checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And AI is subbed in for Steph Curry. Taking a look at the Wizards. Green is out there with Oubre. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Rivers. And it's Zadaransky in at the guard position. Nene up top. Zadaransky covering. And he makes that one. Nene's got his first points of the game.
Well, AI, he can beat you inside and outside, and then once he gets that mid-range going, just unstoppable as a complete scorer.
Knocked loose, and so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Rivers. How he performed last season. Put up about 15 points per, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Warriors have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. There's AI with a 3. It doesn't go for him. And it's Washington the other way. Now, here's Satoransky. He's covered closely.
What a fantastic finish there on the break.
Man, what about that pass? Eyes in the back of my head. Delivers it right on the money.
Lets it go. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Well, AI loves this kind of challenge. Defender in position, skill set better.
Here's Satoransky. Bell with the block. Now the Warriors moving it up, and a wide open look for AI. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Washington trailing. Satoransky, the pass to Rivers. That's tipped, stolen by AI. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
That's just a careless turnover. AI showing the quick hands, and then you love the quick decision making. Gets out in the fast break and gets it started.
Green passes to Satoransky, and the rejection by Cousins. Iguodala's drive. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Gotta love the fact that going vertical is a major part of what makes him so difficult as a point guard to defend, especially around the rim.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Morris is checked in for Mahinmi. Porter comes in for Green. Bradley Beal's checked in for Oubre. And John Wall's subbed in for Rivers. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Wall. Porter is out there with Markieff Morris. And there's Bradley Beal. And it's Satoransky in at the 2. And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personality.
They double him with Green. Back to Wall. Outside for Beal. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Beal's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trade.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
Pass to Wall, but they recover it. Morris, no good.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Offensive rebound. Livingston, that's good.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Here's Jordan. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Jordan's got 5 now.
Yeah, aware of everybody on the floor that time. AI knowing he could get that one to his teammate.
Oh, Morris in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Satoransky gets the bucket.
Oh, nice feed from Wall, paving the way for that bucket. That's always his first thought. Find the best shot possible on every trip, whether he has to take it himself or create for a teammate.
Porter kicks to Wall. And the layup is good. And now just a 4-point Warrior lead.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
And thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half. Some changes here for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Jordan, and AI subbed in for Curry. The Wizards also changing it up. Green comes in for Dwight Howard, and it's Rivers in for Bradley Beal. Here's Livingston, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Sean Livingston. Here's Nene. Iguodala out there with Bell. Then it's AI. And it's McCaw in at the 3. That's the Warriors 5. Here's AI. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
It'd take a miracle at this point.
Right. With this deficit and this late in the game, their time has already passed.
Here is Cook. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do